Hi, it's been about 9 months since I have recorded any videos, and I've made a few flower beds and some progress there that I want to record. This will be basically our first spring. We moved in April of last year. It's now May of the following year, 2023. So I didn't get to start gardening till probably May, June of 2022, so it hasn't been quite a full year yet. And so these are first year flower beds, and I'm pretty excited because I've made quite a bit of progress. So let's turn this camera around and take a look. Here's the one up close to the house, and I did show this one last year because I did get started on it last year. Lavender isn't blooming yet, but it's getting ready to. It's starting to send out some shoots. And then my roses have started blooming, which is nice. I've got my hose out because I was working on some new beds. The hydrangea hasn't started blooming. Fothergilla had already bloomed before I recorded this, but these roses are looking really nice. And then I'm working today, so I still have my plants I need to plant over here, and my wheelbarrow and everything. But I created this bed this year, and we're expecting the excavators to be here, so we have our cars parked in the front yard, which is not normally where we park them. But that rose bush was already here, as was that one, but I've planted everything else. So we'll get a close-up look of some ajuga and sedum and wormwood. Lots of different kinds of sedum. This here was a wild magnolia tree that was not doing that well last year. My husband cut it down, and now it's coming back kind of multi-trunked. So we'll see how that does. I'm leaving it there for right now. Hopefully it does well. And then I've still got my daffodils. I trimmed them up a little bit, but I've still got their leaves soaking up energy, so I haven't cut those back yet. But we've got some I've got Dark Side of the Moon Astilbe there, which I think is going to be gorgeous. And some heucheras and brunnera and various hostas and geraniums, hellebora. And then, silly me, you get down here, I need to weed this. I accidentally spilled a whole bunch of wildflower seeds over here, and they're growing. So I should probably try to thin them out a little bit, maybe let some of them go and see what they do. And so then on this side, I created a bed going up this path. Once we get the excavators for the swimming pool completed, we're going to have them add gravel to where the cars are parked so we can go around the house. And then I just planted a few more shrubs in here. Let's see if we can get a good look at these. Really pretty. This is an Andina. The one I just showed. This one here is a Leucothoe. And I don't remember the cultivar name. This is Russian sage coming up. And we've got a few things here just starting to get their leaves. And we've got a few roses. I just planted this today. Really excited for that. That will end up being about 4 or 5 feet, and I can't remember the name of it right now. It's kind of a rare plant that I got at a native nursery. And we've got a hydrangea back there. So all of this was just weeds with just these 2 rose bushes here last year. So very excited for that. And we're gonna walk down here. This little spot, what I'm trying to do is start by the trees where I have a hard time mowing. And then these will get bigger as I incorporate, the beds will get bigger as I incorporate more and more of the trees. Our grass needs cut. But so like this area here was, I couldn't mow in here. It was kind of a rocky and had some tree stumps. And so by planting in here and putting a little mulch down, I can mow around it. And then as time goes on, these beds will get bigger, incorporating like that next tree and, some of the others. And in here, I planted a few shrubs and some evergreen type things. But I also planted some annuals, so I've got some cosmos, some zinnia, and some honeywort that is just the little plugs you see there. And give them a few weeks and they'll be taking over these shrubs probably. Here is another one of the beds. This one I'm really, really liking. So you can see if I hold still. We'll get closer. Got quite a few things in here. I've got some Gara. This one was from last year that I planted, so it hasn't quite started blooming yet. But then I added 3 more there that are blooming. So they'll get bigger like this one as the summer goes on. I had some really neat tulips in here that I'm still letting them kind of die back. This is a quince, and it bloomed kind of an orangey, peachy color. It was really pretty. And some sage. Got a hydrangea back there. I can't remember what these are. I planted them, and I'll have to wait till they bloom. There's a couple things that look very similar, so got some heuchera. That's a barberry. I also can't remember what this is back here, but we'll see when it blooms. I've got a honeysuckle I'm trying to get. I want it to grow up this stump, so I got to start trying to train it now that it's coming out. And these heucheras are doing so well. I'm so happy with them. I wasn't able to grow them at my last house. They did not do very well. So we have another barberry over here. And I planted a few things back in here. That's a variegated forsythia there. So that should be neat. So I got to work a little bit on the back side of this to get some more color into it, like I have on the front. I just started this bed the other day, so some of these larger hostas are a little droopy. What happened was, back where the swimming pool is going to get excavated out, I found several hostas that were trying to grow up and around piles of wood that had been laid back there. And so I dug them out and gave them a chance at life here. And it looks like they're going to make it. These big ones here were all one, and I separated them into 4. And 2 of them are looking a little bit better than the other 2, but they're all perking up. So, and then these little ones, I had 4 of these little ones, and I think I separated those into 9. And then I planted a couple other things here, some May apples and something else there that I can't remember. It's got real dark leaves, so I need to plant some lime green around it so you can kind of see it, because it's getting lost in here. And I haven't mulched this bed yet. So we'll see as I add some more ferns and stuff to it. This is a rhododendron, I believe, or a mountain laurel. I think it's a rhododendron that my has been cut down last fall and it's coming back. Some of these things looked so pitiful, and they just needed a rejuvenation prune. So that's what he did, and they seem to be coming back. And here's a couple more beds that I've done. Still working on them. So, got some neat things in here. Just planted these. I love the calyxes on these. I don't know if they're showing up in the camera, but they're black against the white flowers. And so once the flowers are gone, those black calyxes will still be there. So pretty excited about that. That's a salvia. And we've got quite a few other things in here. Some penstemon that should be blooming here shortly. And see if we can see. Considering this was nothing but weeds last year, I think I've done pretty well. This here, I planted a whole lot of daffodils in here and tulips. They did very well. Been cutting back the tulip leaves as they start to diminish, and still got the daffodils in here. But I planted a bunch of seeds as well, and so some of that stuff's coming up, and I got a couple real nice plants, real nice sized plants that are gonna take over, and you'll be able to see them. As a matter of fact, and this one looks like it's a variegated gaura of some sort, maybe. We'll see. We'll see when that starts blooming. I wrote down whatever I planted, but yeah, I have to get in here and weed some of this out and cut back the daffodil leaves shortly. Got another bed over here where I planted some mostly ferns and hostas and some lungwort and ajuga, some heuchera, and things are starting to fill in. They got a ways to go, but all right, I think I have one more. Oh, over here on the wall, it's hard to see with the sun, but on this wall I have planted a lot of things that will grow up. And once we make the driveway extend up through here and go around, you can see where we can drive here. And then I'll make this middle section more of a bed as well. Let's see if we can see. It's probably, I planted this year, and it's starting to fill in. As the summer progresses, hopefully it'll get better, and I'll put more stuff in there if I need to. Lots of ferns and hostas and heuchera. Had some trillium that are dying back now, but some natural native trillium that comes up in here. So we're going to try to get this filled in as a little woodland garden. And then over here, I've got to get rid of that poison ivy. See, this is the kind of stuff we're dealing with everywhere. Just wood falling and poison ivy and weeds. So using a lot of cardboard to try to get it. Can't see this one very well. It's a Gingerwine 9 bark. It's really dark, and it shows up nice against these ones behind it. Once it gets bigger, the ones behind it that are so light. This looks dead, but it is not. It's got some leaves coming out. It's a Vitex, and I absolutely love Vitex. I think you can see that there are some leaves. It's just really, really slow to break dormancy. And then there's some natural trillium and some Solomon seal that grow here on their own. And I've got some hydrangeas and different things that I've put in here. Got Got some foxgloves. I think I have a foxglove getting ready to bloom right there. Some little ground covers. See if we can see the color in this. It's blue. It's really pretty. Have some lavender that started blooming already. Have some hyssop that's not quite ready to bloom yet. My blueberries are doing well over here. I've got some beautiful roses. They're in the sun, so this is going to be hard. But some beautiful roses on this bush. My other bush over there, I've got a, what is this, a sweet shrub. I think those are Calocarpus. That's getting ready to start blooming. I don't know if you can see the bloom there, but there's quite a few blooms on this getting ready. Got quite a few. There's another blueberry. I had some lupin that bloomed already. And we've got some, this other rose bush is a little further behind. You can see it's got buds everywhere. They're just not opening yet. I've got the cat's mint there, and yarrow, some geum there, tiny, they got a long ways to go before they bloom, and another hydrangea, another sweet shrub, and then what was that down there? Oh, this is this a viburnum? I think that might be a viburnum here. Korean spice, I think was the cultivar name. But lots of stuff. I need to do a little bit of weeding over there, but I need to get some more cardboard and mulch because that is poison ivy. And that is a combination of poison ivy and some violets. And so I just need to put the cardboard mulch on it, cardboard down and then the mulch, because I'm not gonna want to get in there and get too up close and personal. I have a couple of cute pots this year already that I've started. Here's one right here. Can we see? Another one. And then I forgot, we're working on this shed. This is another project that we've done. This shed down here is actually a bathhouse that they used when they parked RVs here before the house was built. It is an entire bathroom, including a laundry facilities in it, and needed a lot of cleaning out and tender loving care. So we're starting on the outside. We hung some shutters and flower boxes and curtains. And I'm going to plant plants underneath here, but we wanted to get some of that excavated dirt that we're going to put under there. But these are really pretty. And so this will be kind of midway through because I don't have anything planted around here. Put a nice little bell. Probably need to get a new light fixture. And then the other side, we've done the same thing with the window box and curtains and stuff, but we need to clean this all up and get it planted. And all this is down. Should be able to hear the creek. Maybe we'll end here on the creek. Across the way there, I would like to put some fruit trees because we can get to it by this little walking bridge. And yet it should be far enough away, hopefully, to keep the yellow jackets and stuff far enough away from the house. All right, I hope everyone has a nice day. Thank you.